Hey everyone, Mr. Overon here with Mr. Overon's Tarot Reading Services, and today's video is on how to make a herbal smoking concoction. It's the best thing I can call it. Before tobacco and stuff like that, people used to grind certain herbs together to create a smoking blend. So, like, think of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings when he was loading his pipe and whatever else. Even though it could be seen as them using marijuana or whatever, it was actually supposed to be a herbal smoking blend. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of recipes. All you have to do is type into Google herbal smoking blends, and tons and tons and tons of information will come up with what herbs to blend to make what kind of whatever for you. So today I'm making up an herbal smoking blend for a girlfriend of mine, and all you need is the herbs that you're going to use. Now, a word of caution and a disclaimer here: I am not a medical professional. I'm not a licensed herbologist or botanist or any of those other things. This is something that I've done my own research on, found the herbs to use, and blended it up for my own personal use. I'm not recommending that you do this. This is an educational video, and that's it. It's an educational video, so, you know, use this at your own risk type of a situation. So, like I was saying, is you need your herbs, the herbs that you're going to use, and a mortar and pestle. But I like to be a little bit more 21st century, and I use an electric coffee grinder. You can usually pick these up at thrift stores for like $3-4. I think I picked this one up for $1. And so the herbs that I'm using is colt's foot. I buy these herbs at my local little co-op. They have a huge dry medicinal herb section, and so a baby food jar of like colt's foot was like $2, and you see I use a lot of colt's foot. The other thing that you want, that I'm using in mine, is mugwort. And these are also good herbs to have on hand for your other just witchery that you might be doing. I also use horehound. Horehound is the carrier herb in this, and what that means is that it's going to be the one that has the most flavor and the one that you use the most of to give the bulk of your smoking blend. I'm also using white willow bark. Now, most smoking things say willow bark, and it doesn't specify if they want you to use white willow bark or whatever, but I use white willow bark because it helps with decongestion. I'm also using skullcap, and last but not least, lavender. Now, some recipes tell you that you want to use like a teaspoon of each one of those things, or like a teaspoon of the carrier herb, and then just like little bits of each of the others. I honestly just kind of eyeball it, so I'm going to try to adjust the camera in such a way that you can take part in watching what's going on here. Sorry that you get a great view of my hand, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to adjust the camera down some. So I'm just going to put in these. So here's the colt's foot. my mugwort. The whorehound. I love the way that stuff smells. It's like a licorice almost. This is the white willow bark. And the skullcap. Really nice, earthy, kind of grassy smell. And lavender. Now with the lavender, I'm going to go really lightly on it because lavender is one of those herbs that can overpower anything really quickly. So this is just going to give it kind of like a cooling floral hint. Okay. And so now we got that in there. We're going to place our cap on there. And this might get loud, so give it a good tap to get all the fluff off the side. And there you go. It's nice and blended up. Now you would just take this and put it into a tobacco pipe or church warden or something like that. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? It's nice and fluffy. Really aromatic. And so you would just I have it in this like little corn cob pipe because I like all natural things. And so you can pick these little corn cob pipes up at like smoke shops or whatever else, but you just pack a little in there. Now a word of caution, if you are a traditional cigarette smoker or a somebody who utilizes marijuana, you're going to want to hit this kind of gently until you get an idea of how it's going to affect you. So it's really earthy, get you on like both sides of the tongue. It's like you can tell that it's not tobacco, but it gives you the same feeling as tobacco. And again, you're going to want to research your herbs, make sure that the herbs do not interact with any medications that you're taking, and you're also going to want to read the recipes and follow the recipes online. I've been making this herbal blend stuff for myself and for my friends for a while, and it wasn't until like a few years ago actually that I started making it. And that's all I was like going through a smoking phase, and that's what I was doing, was constantly just like grinding this stuff up and smoking it. And it was just that. It was just a phase that I was going through. And I had a friend who contacted me saying, hey, I'm trying to quit smoking, but all I'm doing is thinking about smoking. And I said, well, you could try a herbal smoke blend. And so I made this up for them, and they said that it really helped them with the smoking because it's the constant back and forth motion with, and also the nicotine craving. And with this, there's no nicotine craving, but it satisfies that like wanting of a cigarette, I guess. I don't know. I've never been like a heavy smoker, so I mean, I did go through a period where in my like early teens and 20s that I smoked quite a bit, but it was not like one of those, oh my god, I have to have a cigarette type situations. But anyways, yeah, this is just an informational video. This is what I've done. There are a ton of recipes and things like that. I'm actually going to leave you the link to a website called the Herbal Academy, and it's how to craft your own smoking blend, and it tells you some of the different herbs that you can use and put together. And the recipe that I just showed you is loosely based on the information found on that website. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them in the comment section down below. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. And if you would like a tarot reading or spell work done or anything like that, you can reach me at mroveron@gmail.com, or head on over to the website mroveron.com. That's MROVERON.com. And as always, thank you so much. And again, I need to reiterate this is a educational video. I am not telling you to do this. I'm not making any kind of money off of this. I am not a medical professional, nor am I an herbologist. This is information readily found on the internet, and it's not recommended for anyone to do so without consulting their medical doctor or a medical professional. So, you know, use at your own risk. And as always, like I said, guys, thank you so very much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, witches.